All right, guys. Hope everyone's okay. No one got caught up on that nasty dump. You guys warnings were there. I know a lot of people didn't listen, but I mean, kind of inevitable. Funding fees were super high. Bitcoin flushed the other day. Nothing much happened with the other alts. Yeah, it was coming. It was coming. 5 indicators. I do. I don't use them, but I do. Look, this is my favorite one. Look at this. This is only for like the pro maxis. Not everyone has access to this stuff. This is just the special.
How much?
This one was free. I'm surprised I still have it here.
Damn. Wasn't free when I got it. I had to pay for
Okay.
it. Never mind.
I'm just cleaning up a little bit. I had a bunch of alerts. Some of the setups hit. I didn't have limits for most of them because I was a little suspicious about the market. I did long fill. Does it look good? I did like that 4 hour OB. It wasn't the best of the bunch, but it was kind of decent. Um, I don't think we're done chopping. I think we're gonna chop a little bit. I think we need to consolidate here now. I don't know. Archie's saying a couple more flushes. I don't know. Maybe. Usually during the holidays, not that great. From what I remember, last year wasn't that great. I think we had a couple dumps during Christmas, New Year's Eve. Kind of slow. Markets are closed. Um, so we'll see what happens. I haven't been paying much attention to the ominous, to be honest with you guys. I just charted. I let it be. Um, I have this little channel here that I think everyone else had. Seems like we're going back in the range. We do have the 2 hour. I have support resistance here for 57.7. The 200 EMA is right here, so we might get a little relief here. If we flip, level by level, 58 should be next, and then we'll see. But hopefully, it's not too bad. Much attention to Bitcoin today. I mean, say you're retested 94.7. I think if we hold here for a little bit, we can consolidate it a little bit. We can start thinking about 99 maybe. Otherwise, I think we just chop here around here. If we flush, this is a good level. 91.7. You got the 200. Might fill the rest of this wick. Hopefully not this low. Just nasty stuff, man. I hope you guys did some spot bids. I'm flushed out of leverage. I only have the fill play, but everything else was closed. I did put some spot bids. I usually don't call much spot. I don't think I've ever called spot, but I mean it's the way to go, guys. Just he's got some shit. It's probably It's always warning. Of course, he has to do some shit. Okay, I'm just gonna go over, guys. I'm gonna go over pretty much my setups, a little bit of where the blocks demand zones. I know some people say they're different, some people say they're the same. To me, they say they serve the same purpose. I just like to call them the specific names. I don't know, it's a little OCD type of shit. I can give you guys a good example. Okay, where we at? Shut the door because my kid just burst it in, son of a gun. All right, so I'm assuming you guys know what a northern block is, what a demand zone is. Just go over it real quick. A northern block is usually this last candle you guys see, a bearish or bullish candle. before a big impulse in the opposite direction. This specific example was just continuation, but you have this candle, it's full of bids. Then you have this impulse up. You go, 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 and eventually the idea is you'll come back down to catch the bids that were not filled on this area. Why does this happen? This happens because if you have like the big players with big bids, if you have like, I don't know, $500,000 in bids, you're obviously not going to put them all in once because they're probably not going to get filled. So they put them in blocks to separate them, and they bid in blocks. Sometimes those blocks are not completely filled. There's a couple of bids that usually get left behind, which was the case here. I like to see a big candle after an order block. That tells me that the chance that there was it's a bigger chance of having a lot more orders here that were left unfilled. So that gives us a better chance of coming back down and filling those bids, which we did. So this is usually what I look for my limits. I don't look exclusively to this. I try to get some confluences. I look at the RSI, not very extensively. I'm not too maxi. I want to say that when it comes to RSI, but I do look at support resistances, potential SFPs, etc. And I look at market structure breaks. So I like to see usually market structure break, and then the price action coming down to fill the bids that were left behind. This was a good example. I almost called this. I wasn't too sure because we had a really big impulse and we were holding here above support, and we just had another impulse. And I said, well, I'm going to let this go. I don't know if we're coming this far, but we did. I like this particular area just to give you an idea how I look things. There's two boxes here. So if you go down on the lower time frame on a 1 hour, we have this cluster of things here. We got this little cluster. You can call this a demand zone. And demand zones are just consolidation after impulse up. You just got consolidation. And then you have continuation. So I like the 1 hour. So I like this little cluster here. And the more consolidation you guys see, the better chances of a stronger move to the opposite side, to upside. In this particular case, that's why I liked it so much. But the same thing, I think it's FTM was the same thing. This is also very clean. Same thing. You had a lot of consolidation here. You formed an order block. You had a big move up. You move, and eventually you came down. You lost the support right here. And you came down to fill the bids that were left unfilled. This one's awesome. You have support resistance. So this is where I found my confluence support resistance right here. And you have the 200 for extra support. Usually we bounce from the 200. It's not an exact science, but we do bounce quite frequently. And I do like to see the 200s inside the order block. So this to me gives me reassurance that we probably are going to have a good bounce right here. Those are the main things I look for. How to make money, get liquidated today, need all back. Money's not losing money on leverage. That's how we make money. Yeah. If we have anything here. This is something that I also use a lot. If you have a clear swing low, a clear swing high, I usually pull the fibs from low to high if I'm looking to a move to the upper side. And you can see here, I mean, it's not clean, but 786 usually gives you like good bounces. Same thing with the golden pocket. You didn't get any of those. But this gives you extra confluence, and sometimes golden pockets align perfectly with other blocks and demand zones. And that to me, makes the setup a little better and gives me more confidence to take the play, to go in and really take the play. We'll play the setup. Professor R. That's it. Long them. You guys have any questions about order blocks to the main zones? I can go over them a little bit longer. Let me see if I can find, I don't know, clean chart here. Here, maybe. I don't know. Sam's typing. I'm always nervous when Sam's typing. Look what we got here. I mean, these are not the best examples because it's just up, 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 up. Yeah, what's going on, Sam? Sam was supposed to be get engaged today. I hope you are, dude.
Oh, you guys are engaged finally. I'm so happy for you guys.
Is, is he gonna give it away? Let's see. I think the guy probably said no.
Well, you're the guy, so
I
you tell us. Where's the ring?
would take Sam, man. Take Sam any day. But that's funny. You guys have any charts, anything? You guys want to go over any questions about anything? I mean, order blocks are pretty simple, man. I know Dave's not here. Dave will lift us. Pretty simple. Just a bearish candle before an impulse up, or a bullish candle, a green candle before downwards movement. Pulse, the better to me. It's my opinion. If you have a market structure break, when you price coming down to grab that liquidity, that's even better. Let's see. Zones are pretty much the same too. I bet green and red cell. Yeah, pretty much what we do, man. Pretty much what we do. I still have this thing charted and played out a little bit. Kind of hard. All the charts look the same right now. Everything dump. Everything looks pretty much the same. Now, this is another good example. Brett just consolidated, which is ranging here above the 200. Tapped, moved, tapped, had a big impulse up. Just left a lot of orders behind right here. I use the wicks. I don't like this particular wick just because if I'm playing this, a wider stop loss than I probably would like. This one will be okay. Right here, be below the wick, and I'll aim for the previous size. This how we play it. And again, it's pretty clean, man. A lot of orders got left behind. Big move up, back down. We got the flush. We grabbed those bids. Had a really, really nice bounce. Really nice bounce. So this, if you put limits here, this is free money, man. This is where leverage comes in handy. If you're able to catch this crazy wicks, it's like how much percent is this thing? Yeah, 5%. 50 leverage. It's 50% move already. It's just money, and it grows the account pretty fast. course, sometimes it's tricky. In this market conditions, you get a flush, you get a wick. The wick comes below your stops, and it just messes you up. You're frustrated because you had a good setup, but the wick on your stop loss. This one was pretty clean though. I usually like setups like this when there's no crazy wicks right here. Nothing like too crazy. Those are the ones that really force me to have stop loss below. This one wasn't bad at all. Pretty clean. I liked it. Should have taken this thing. It's funny because they're the same. If you switch to a lower time frame, um, you'll find this is not exactly the demand zone, but there's a lot of consolidation here. So the more consolidation, usually the better, the stronger the move. It's funny because a 4 hour order block, if you go down to the 1 hour time frame, you find out it's a 1 hour demand zone, and vice versa. Not vice versa, but if you're in a 1 hour order block and you go down, you'll find a 30-minute, 15-minute demand zone. It's just a name because they serve the same purpose. I do like when we're talking about demand zones. Um, if there's anything here, like this was a really nice demand zone. So first of all, I like untouched demand zones. Like if I was following SHIB, I was checking out this PA. I started noticing, okay, we're consolidating here, we're forming a little something. So I usually use the higher wick and the lower wick to determine the area. If let's say, let's pretend nothing happened. We see this area forming. We start coming down, found resistance here. Start coming down, and I'm starting to think if I was looking this in real time, I'll probably start to think that, we have a good chance of coming and fill this pitch. This created a huge imbalance. We have untouched demand zone, which is the main thing. Could set some bids here. I would use the higher wick to snipe this thing. I'll probably come all the way down here. You could be conservative and just place it below the demand zone. Give it a little wiggle room. If you want to be safe, you could go all the way here because you have this wick right here on the left. This will be a wide stop loss. I'll probably play it like this. If I was calling it, usually more conservative. Aim for the previous size. There you go. Easy money, guys. It's not an exact science, but it works pretty much. Say maybe 70% of the times, maybe a little more, depending on market conditions and confluences and all that crap. Not bad. Now you look for scalps. So I'm not the best person. I don't play scalps a lot. I don't scalp a lot. But if I'm scalping, which I mean, I do it sometimes. I don't call it because it's on the go and you're monitoring live and trying to get in and out. But if I'm doing scalps, I'll probably be under 15. Let me see some, I don't know, random chart. I'll go on to 15 minutes, man. I've just tried to find support resistance. That's what I'll mostly would play. Support resistance, EMA flips, breakouts. That's how we would play scalps, but I'm not, that's not my main thing. It's not the main thing I do. But when I do look for support resistance. They're pretty clear to me. Let's replay this. We find something here. For example, if I was looking at this chart, start drawing some support. That's nice.
Dude,
Support
Ina
here,
barely moved. It was so stupid. Like it barely even dumped today.
which leads me to believe that it might dump at some point.
I also feel like that because it dumped like 10%, but everything else nuked like 20-30%. But it did
Yeah,
hit a daily demand zone, but I was hoping like a little bit more. Ina, the one he's looking at now.
yeah, I agree with Svizi here. Like, yeah, you can't be like this is not the right environment to scalp. This is like super dangerous. But if I was scalping and looking at this chart, I just cut it randomly. I mean, I would look at this support, this clear, this clear. No, this was resistance turned into support. Um, I would probably look for something down here. Probably try to. I mean, it's kind of like the same MO I have when I'm looking at high time frames. It's just that you're on the go and you just constantly looking at the screen. I don't know where this thing went, but it takes time, but probably not even gonna go there. You don't know. Yeah, this one would be a good example of a scalp because this would taking. I would probably quit this by now. It'd be taking way too long. But that's pretty much how I do it, man. If I'm scalping, I'm looking at support. I'm looking at resistances, clear ones. I'm looking at tiny or the blocks, demand zones. They usually hit. Um, I like to have the 200. I hope that makes sense, man. Yeah, that's true. So he has a good point. It's a lot easier to scalp if you're ranging because in this environment, just it's a recipe for disaster. You're setting yourself for failure. Things just move so fast and wicks left and right. Um, yeah, I don't think even the pros are scalping. It doesn't look too bad on the daily though. Too bad on the daily. It almost say this has got a little range here. It's not too bad. The problem with this charts when I look at them, it's like, well, it is what it is. You play what you see. You play level by level, but this will be a nice area to long in the daily. You got support, maybe a little higher. A little higher, you could play something like this, but it's like you do spot, you gotta, you cut if you lose this levels here. And that's the thing though, if you lose this thing right here, there's nothing holding this thing until this level right here. Sorry, this looks gross. Um, yeah, it's tricky. You. Does have any questions, any charts want to go over real quick that I commonly see when we flush? Usually the daily or the 4 hour, the 200 EMA on the 4 hour or daily usually gets tapped and we get like a nice bounce. Um, I don't know where we're going from here, but as long as we stay above this, I guess we'll be okay. range. Questions, guy, is nothing. You're more than welcome to unmute if you guys want to talk. I don't mind talking with people at all. Fugazi. Let's go over Ethereum chart. I do. It's fine, Aaron. What are you guys looking for? The low time frames, the high time frames, spot, leverage. No leverage is gonna be tricky now.
Week 1 week.
Leverage. And this is really okay, this is a good support right here. If you're looking for leverage, we gotta wait. We just gotta wait for a little range to form. We'll consolidate. We need price to consolidate here. There's no clear, and just to me, I wouldn't. I know it's hard for me to play this after a flush. I gotta give it some time. But I don't know, man. I could see this being filled. I could see this being filled. I could definitely see these wicks being filled. Um, uh, I'll probably I'll pay attention to this support. It's just a nice area. If we eventually start consolidating a little more and come around to something around here, I'll probably long here with this support, maybe around a little bit. Ties. I mean, it's not too bad. Like 4% stop loss if you manage risk. Probably play something like this. Put my stops below the 100. We could even have SFB here. You could always add DCA here if you want DCA. I wouldn't DCA with 4% stop losses. I would just wouldn't go too heavy and do proper risk management. Maybe something like this. Or if you want to be more conservative, you could try to put your entries right here at 3.5, 3,540 or so. Then that's dead and gone. Actually, gonna put a little alert here. Calm down here, I'll know. Yeah, I just wait. There's really, to me, the way I play the markets, my setups, etc. What I look for, there's really nothing here for me to do except to wait. But yeah, this doesn't seem like a bad setup at all. Sol. Yeah, I can do that. Dish. Let me just look at Sol. Oh, yeah. So I had these levels drawn in the chart. I'll clear them out. But I had this levels of support resistance. I had this area that I liked, even though it wasn't the fresh or the block to main zone, because it had been tapped once, twice. But I go by what our thought, everyone. As long as we don't wick below 50% of the box, which we didn't, um, I would consider this still a valid zone. Of course, it gets weaker. It gets weak the more it gets tapped. But to me, this will be still a valid play. I'll be cautious if I was too long. Look, we get like nice bounce right here. Bounced. We came back down. We bounced again, and we play support until support's broken, man. This is a northern block, the mid zone, whatever you want to call it. but it acts as support. And it hasn't been broken. It wasn't broken. We came back up. We formed a demand zone right here. Little order block, but I call this demand zone. We tapped it again. We moved again. This would have been 2 TPs. Then we came back down, all the way down, revisit this area, and grab the remaining bits that were unfilled. Let me clear this stuff. It's probably going to seem a lot like Ethereum. So this one's a little tricky to me. Oh, I like this area. Sorry, guys. This lower area. You could call this a little demand zone. This has been untapped. I would like to see this reclaim the 200 on a 4-hour at least. The daily looks like. That nice support. So to me, Sol needs to stay above 206. We need to stay above 206. If we flip 224, maybe revisit previous highs, 262. Again, into some time frame alignment here. Let's see how this thing, if this looks good on a 4-hour. Yes, it looks pretty okay. So as long as we stay here, I mean, it's different on the daily, but on a 4-hour, I would like this to do something like this, right? If we do not reclaim this level and start chopping here, can do this, or start chopping and just come back down, revisit this area, and I'm going to put some alerts here because I like this. I always front run my areas, so this is an area of interest that I have right now, and if this is something I'm if intentions of playing, I never set the alerts exactly at the same level. I'll put them right here, a little off. That gives me time to, unless we're flushing, that doesn't give you time to do anything. But, if we hit this area, I'll look at the chart immediately, and that gives me time to make a decision. Look at the what's going on in the market, and look at the PA, and make a decision to long or not. Yeah, but this could go here. Yeah, very bear. To answer your question, not your question, you just ask for Saul. Yeah, I'd like it. I'd like to reclaim here 224 and stay above it for further upside, or otherwise we're probably just going to chop here for a little bit, and if we lose it, eventually this will be a really nice area of interest. It's funny because a couple days ago maybe a week ago, we would never be talking about levels this low. Say, oh, this is stupid, we're not going to go there, but this is crypto. Funny things happen. I like that tenant chart, Iron. Okay, someone asked something. Dip dish. My stop losses. So my stop losses, it's really easy, man. It's just risk management. If I'm swinging, and it always depends on the setup. If my setup, because whatever circumstances, I have wicks, so I have whatever. If I'm, let's say I put a, so if I'm playing my setups, which usually are for the blocks, demand zones, I have to put my stops below the area of interest, the area that I'm longing. So I'll probably put the stop right here. And let's say this will be, let's say, a 7% stop loss. If I'm playing a setup with a 7% stop loss, and let's say I'll probably DCA everything, pretty much any stop loss that I'm playing for my setups that is above 5%, I will use a DCA. So if I'm using a DCA, I'm doing proper risk management, and um, I'm breaking my entries probably, depending on market conditions. I usually do 70% at first entry, and let's say 70% at DCA. If we're in the bull market, which we are, I'll probably do 40-60. I know some people, I know the Boston's does 60-40, which makes sense on the bull market. Um, but pretty much to answer your question, the setup gives me the stop loss. Anything above, I would say 4.5, let's say 5 and above, I'll use a DCA. And again, if I'm using a DCA, I'll break my bids. I'll do initials here, second bid here, and I'm playing. Usually I do 2-3% in my portfolio. I might do 5 depending on place. A little more if I'm scalping, but that's a different story. But you just got to use. You gotta even if you have a small portfolio and you say, oh, I'm using 3% of $100 in my portfolio. That's small. If I'm using, 40% here and 60% here, if I don't get my DCA, it's going to be a really small bid, and my take profits are going to really be small. But man, it is what it is. You can compound, and it's all about compounding. I hope you understood. As far as you say anything about take profits, I just look for resistances to take profits. So this will be an area of resistance. So I got a resistance here. I'll take profits. I'll take probably lower around here. Yeah, I'll probably this I'll do it here probably. So just look for resistance to take profit. But again, stop loss depends on the type of play, uh, what is being given to me on the chart. Anything above 5, I'll use DCAs, and I always try to use 2-3% of my portfolio. Exactly, Justy. I learned from you. God damn it. He's my professor, and then I became a professor. Son of a bitch. You guys don't know, but he's low key goaded. Low key goaded. He's making a bunch of people a ton of money with copy trading. He copy. I've never seen. This is genius. This is genius. He copy trades himself. I've never seen anyone do this before. He gets 2 accounts. He copy trades himself. So he makes money 3 ways. Unbelievable. No, he's not paying me anything, man. All right. All right, Dip Dish. I hope you got it. You understood? Okay, then it's just more profits. How do you decide to split your profits like 50 every resist? Okay. Um, Usually what I do, and again, depends on market conditions. If we're in a bull run, which we've been, I didn't say that we still are. Um, and let's say I have three profit zones. I probably take 25 in the first DP. I'll take 50 on the second and 25 on the last one. If market is not that great and I'm a little sus, I'll be a lot more aggressive. I'll just take 50 at TP1, 25, 25. I usually have 3 TPs. If I have 4, it's always 25, 25, 25, 25. But it really depends on market conditions. I usually take TP1. Let's say I'm taking 50. I take 50, move stops to break even. Uh, Again, depends on market. It does suck sometimes when you get wigged out and price moves back up, and you get pissed because I should have left my stops open, or I should have moved stops to break even. But again, compounding is the name of the game. I'm not upset when I get stopped out. It is what it is. We move on and we play another coin, another setup. No problem, man. I hope I was making sense and I wasn't going too fast. Any charts or anything? Just you want any chart, bro? Not that you need it.
Hey, do you have anything on Ina like right now? Because I want a long. Oh, really bad, but yeah, this
See,
is what I have. No, that's not it. That's not it.
long it? You want the longina? Just see, Popcat dead. Popcat died, bro. Divergencies, Geo Maja. Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about divergences? Big on divergences. I don't look at them that much. Um, like low time frame divergences on this market conditions, the current market conditions. I just don't even look at them. Um, but I mean, they're an extra source, if you want to say, if you want to call it, so an extra confluence to your plays. Just don't look at them that much. I do like the RSI. I like to see if it's resetting. Where is it at? And I mean, it could be a good indicator that price is going to keep going. I always feel that they're a lot stronger if they're following the trend. I don't use them that much as a um, if I'm trying to find for reversals in price. I don't think divergences will give you a good indication that we might reverse, but usually moves based on divergences are not that strong. If you if price is reversing, usually a lot more stronger if they're following the trend. I mean, which makes sense. I think that applies to everything. Hey, Ina. I don't know, man. Stop long here. What do you have? I know you have something.
I posted my chat here. I'll post it again.
Iron please post some popcat. Thank you.
Bro, it's
That
literally
is
in my
head, bro.
channel. It
Leave it,
dumped
leave
like
it.
3%.
Yeah, actually, you should go to his channel because I think we posted pretty much at the same time, and some a copy of his chart.
Yeah, I got my spot entry and my leverage entry. Let's see how long it lasts for.
Uh,
It's gonna be back to $1 by tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, Iron is usually the best trader alive. Yeah, I believe him fully. Take it straight.
He's the wedges queen,
He's got it.
queen of head wedges.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, I mean, leverage on it, Ina, Iron
Yeah,
leverage. I'm sorry, I lost you for a second.
yeah, leverage, duh. I did that. Just the
You have a
Bro, this
DCA
is
on
the
your
first
thing?
time I'm being nice to you and you do that to me.
it's hard not to.
Yeah, I see the same thing that you see. I don't
Yeah,
like
see,
the.
that's exactly what I have. See, like it's
It's the
so
same
good.
thing, man. That's only so much different that we see. I don't like the risk reward on this thing. Um,
Okay, check
I don't know,
Ina
maybe
BTC. Check Ina BTC. I mean, it looks pretty much the same, but
Yeah, it does look the same. Is this thing double wicked down here? It's wild. I mean, it looks the same, man. If we
Damn, Link. Okay. Yeah, that's
oh,
crazy.
maybe something here. Flip.
Yeah. Oh, we also have daily close in 4 minutes, so it's probably gonna dump a little bit
I mean,
once it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on the hourly. Yeah, link.
Damn, that Link chart looks really good though.
Fugazi, you gotta go over some tutorial videos and stuff to figure out how to take profits and stuff, man. That's the basics. You gotta go for some videos and stuff.
At the end of the day, it's your choice. Like, what are you happy with? Because every person is different, and it
No,
all
no, but
depends
he's
on.
saying that I think he doesn't know how to use it, so he just goes ahead and takes
Oh,
100% of the position at TP1. You have to take partials. You have to choose partials, and set your limit
yeah, just
price and the percentages of money you want to take.
yeah, just watch tutorial videos on YouTube. There's tons of
Yeah,
them.
it's hard to show here. Think. Let me look about Bitcoin next move. I think we just consolidate here a little bit. Um, how do you determine when a flush about cure and how much not with a fake out? I mean, the flush, I talked about this at the beginning of the video. There were a lot of signs. We had an initial flush last week. Didn't do much. Almost weren't affected. Besides a handful of them. So that was a sign. Funding fees. Funding was really high. USDT was about to break out. Iron mentioned that you start having a lot of people in the circle saying that, be careful, take profits, take profits. That's another sign. And I mean, a bunch of signs were there.
Yeah, and Sailor
Those are the
broke
main
again
things.
this morning, so
Yeah,
at the top, literally.
but this VZ reclaim here. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Let me look at Link because the Boston's was asking. Do we call them the Boston's or Avi? This is bread and butter. Look at this. I don't like this particular one. I like to see nice, chunky, chunky body. I don't like to see like mole. But bread and butter right here. We grab the unfilled bids and just back up. Bro, you gotta do that yourself, man. I think even they have tutorials. If you look in the app, I think they have tutorials about it. Videos. Look at Avi's chart, the Boston's. Oh, in the weekly. Yeah, the weekly looks really nice though. If we can keep, yeah. What should we call you, man? For real. The Boston's, the Basins,
Mason.
the Basins. Daddy, you can call it Daddy.
It's so random. Where did you even come up with your
Avi's
name?
fine. I guess if we say Avi, the newcomers, no one will know. None of them will know who you are. So there's no Avi here. Okay. See, we're already opening red candle on the 4 hour. I think we just gotta be here for a little bit. It'd be too low. Yeah, but I like your chart, Avi. The weekly looks really good. Just think we might chop a little bit in the lower time frames, like 4 hour and stuff. Yeah, I think this is, the holidays are going to be tricky. Tax or harvesting, um, people not spending much because of the holidays and the gifts and all that crap. Market's going to be a little slower. People traveling, busy with family and stuff. Chop a little bit. We're opening the 4 hour red, so that doesn't mean anything, but
That's just daily, reset.
yeah, that's it. Mario was such a shame, was looking really good. He was trying to flip this key resistance 6 key level here, my opinion. And then it just died again. But look at the RSI. This is pretty oversold. Is anything you guys want to look at some charts, even though they all kind of look the same right now. Um, so yeah, so they all market. Let me see Tia. Tia is complicated.
And 0, crash.
So I drew this and look at what happened, dude. Pretty much went there. I do this. I think I shared this, right, Iron? I think I shared this in the sort of get a little nice liquidity pocket here. So, this was a point of interest, inflection zone, if you want to call it. And I found this harmonic. A lot of the coins were doing the same thing. The M shape. This is a valid harmonic. This is a shark. And he almost got completed. Got some support here. All right, Sviz, take care, dude. I know it's late where you are. Have a good night, man. Yeah, I can look at Sui, Fugazi. Which indicators are worth learning? I have 5, but I don't use them all. I think the RSI is really useful. If you learn the RSI, I think you should learn the RSI. Overbought, oversold areas, uh, when it resets, etc. Divergencies are helpful. Um, this is not really that big of an indicator, but I used just to show me the daily opens, um, daily open, weekly open. Sometimes I use it for Confluence. but I'm not big on indicators. And then just the 200. I do like the 200 because it does offer a lot of support, excess support. But I mean, those are the main ones I use. I'd say it's the 200 and the RSI. I think RSI, if I would have to pick one, I'll pick the RSI. That's a good one to learn. Let me go over Sue. Sue.
Yeah, don't forget
So,
Oracle Algo. The best
Oracle Algo.
indicator ever.
It is. Look at this.
Totally not ripped off of some other algorithm.
Algo. Look at this. Is this beautiful? Can you understand the thing?
When Aura indicator, Jacob.
Look at it. Yeah, that would be cool.
Need it.
Urgent. So, have any Sui charted iron?
I
It's a
don't have
pretty.
Sui charted.
Let me do some time frame alignment here. I mean, these are pretty clear levels.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
We got
Did
support.
it close above that line or under it?
Oh, I think it's coming. It's coming lower a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is a
everything's
nice.
resetting a little bit.
Yeah, this will be a nice. This will be a nice long. Pretty much tapped it already. So daily does have a nice area down below. It's just 2.39. It's a nice area if you're looking to have another flush or a little lower. I mean, this is, yeah, I don't know. This is 36% below. It's just, it's crazy. But I would be looking at something. Maybe bid here, maybe a wick again. A little wick here, maybe I don't know, maybe you do something like this, consolidate here for a bit. Just an idea. If this wasn't here, this wick, I would probably be interested in this area here. But we wicked it, so to me this is not valid anymore. Another thing, we could always SFP, but yeah, makes sense. Yeah, man, I would just wait a little bit, let PA develop, consolidate for a little bit. If you get anything down here, I would bid, even maybe here, right next to the 200 if you want exposure a little earlier. Just below, something kind of like this. Right, so RSI lover. There you go. How do you set your TP swing points? I just look for resistance. I look for areas of resistance, supply zones, resistance. Zcash. Zcash looked good, but again, everything wicked and went to shit. I mean, I just look at my TPs. I just look. Let's pretend I'm longing here right now. I always aim for the previous high. Probably I would front run maybe here because it makes more sense. Um, just for the sake of pretending, I would. This is a little supply zone, so this is bearish zone of resistance. I'll probably take my first TP here. Sometimes what I do might front run TP a little bit. Maybe I would aim for this wick. Take my first TP here. This will be a almost 7% move, so this will be good enough for me. And then I'll probably aim for this. This is a support that turned into resistance, so I'll probably aim for this area here because it was support that was lost. It became resistance. Makes sense? I've never used Bollinger Bands. I don't understand them. I've never took the time to really understand them and study them. I did the RSI. I really like the RSI. EWAP and all those things. I know what they are, but I've really not been on them. I love FIBs. I do the fib extensions when we're going into price discovery. That's the only reason I use them. If we're going to price discovery, I use the extended fibs. No problem with guys. And I like the retracement fibs. I do like them a lot, and I use them quite frequently. Especially if I'm looking for my order blocks, demand zones, to find some entries, and I see a clear swing high, clear swing low. Let me see if I had a really good example here on Bonky. Share this with you. So this was textbook. This was on the daily on Bonky, and this kind of answers your question about taking profits and stop losses. This is a really good example. You had a clear swing low, a clear swing high on the daily. We came down, we tested the golden pocket. I placed my stops below the golden pocket to be a little safer. I used the wick on the left, if you see it, and then sometimes I just use the fibs for take profits. And my final TP was on the supply zone up there. This was a really good example. It was a textbook example. This was on the daily. It took a little longer to develop to happen, but if you're patient, you should be. It's really played out really well, and it really paid off. A really good long. Bonky is looking like. Well, I had this area of interest which we tapped. We lost the uptrend. This is something I use fibs too. There's a swing high, swing low. Will act as resistance. I'll also use them the other way around if I'm looking for shorts. Guys, got any questions? Any chart? I'm probably gonna end out like 5 more minutes or so. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll chart something.
Good stream, good turnout. I'll see you guys around.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Thank you guys for coming, man. Such chart. You expect a 1-to-1. What do you mean, Gio? Like I would take profits along the way. I wouldn't just wait for it to be a negative fib. I mean, you just do the opposite. You just grab the swing high, the swing low, and you play it the other way around. It's like inverting the chart. You'll wait for it to fibs, but instead of pulse up, it's pulse downwards. Let's say swing high, swing low. I would expect and see if you're looking at this chart on PopCat. You have a supply zone with a nasty wick, which is my favorite, and aligns perfectly with the golden pocket. I would expect to have some movement here, some rejection. I'm sure we'll have some rejection here. You could even put your stops above the 200 that will also act as resistance. I would aim. It's not a good term reward, but it's just for the risk reward trade, but just for the sake of the example. If we do something like this, reclaim this support, I would expect some sort of rejection here, because you do have a zone lining up with the golden pocket, and this is how I use them. I definitely, I'll try to remember this zone, and I'll ping you if we get it. But I think we'll get some sort of rejection here, and I really like it now because we do have the golden pocket for extra confluence. Lost the 200, so these are all factors that leads me to believe that we will have some sort of rejection here. Leave it here for the future. All right, guys. If you guys don't have anything else, I'm gonna head out. 7:20 where I'm at. Time to have dinner. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next Monday. We'll have a bunch of streams during the week with analysts. So enjoy them. Pay attention to them. They share a lot of charts. They always share a lot of stuff on a chat, charts, insights, and stuff. It's always good stuff. Take care, guys. Appreciate you all.